Hello everyone. On this video, I'm going to show you on how easy it is to install our Watchnet Access Security System software. The software can be downloaded by scanning the QR code, which you can get from the access control kits, or you can send an email to our tech at watchnetinc.com requesting for the download link so you can download the software. Once you downloaded it, to begin, you just go into software installation folder and then go to software version 1.2.18, and then here you will see the Watchnet Access application file. Just double click to run, and then the welcome window will show up. Just click next to continue. In here you can see the license agreement, you can read them, and once you're done, just click the I agree button and then click next to continue. Here you can enter the name and the company name. We'll just put Watchnet for now, and then click next to continue. Here are just the list of the controller that our software will support. You can go to the next page to continue, and then here is where you can enter the serial number. Serial number can be found on the sn.txt file, which should be on the software installation folder as well. Just go ahead and open that, and then you can copy the serial number from there and then just paste it on the serial number field. Once you do that, click next, and then on this option window you can either select server or client. For the client software, it's the same software that you have to run, or application file that you have to run in order to install the client software version. For now, we're going to select the server and then click next to continue. Here are just the list of available features for our access control software. Just keep in mind that all the other features require licenses. So now we're going to install the Watchnet Access software only. Just click next to continue. Here is the location. You can change the path if you wanted to, and then you just click next. Here you can check the option for shortcut for available Windows users if there is a different users using the same computer, or just leave it by default. Just click next to continue, and then on this page click next again, and it should start installing the software. Just wait for that to finish. Okay, now this window will show up. It's gonna ask you if you want to install the SQL Server Express 2019. Just click yes, and then click OK to extract it. Once it's extracted, it's just gonna auto run. Okay, so now on this window, we're installing the new instance. So just click new SQL Server installation. Here you just click the I accept for the license terms. You can also read them if you want. And then you click next. And then click next again. You don't need to check this. It's not needed to do an update. So click next. Click next again. Alright, so on this page, just click next. Now on this option, all you need to do is check the server replication database engine services. So I'm gonna uncheck this and then fold text. So just keep database engine services, SQL Server application, and then also at the bottom, so make sure all the shared features are all checked. So we're gonna check the local DB and then click next, continue. Alright, so on this page, it's gonna give you the name instance. By default, it will give you SQL Express. So leave that, just click next. Now on the server configuration, just click or select the automatic under startup type for the SQL Server browser. So click automatic, click next, and then here, a most important part, this is needed as well. Check the mix mode, and then enter password. So normally we use Watchnet as password, but you can also create your own password. This is needed when you are connecting a client software into the server, because the client always uses the mix mode. So the default username is SA for that, and then the password is Watchnet or whatever you wanted or whatever you created it. Okay, so once you get done, click next, and that should start the installation of the SQL. We just wait for that to finish. Okay, so now the software, the SQL software is now installed. You can click close to close this window. So now the next step is to install the SQL Server Management Studio. We use this to log into the database if we need to modify some settings, if in case the software is having some issues. So we just want to install this as well. So just keep in mind, when you click these server management tools, it will open a window for a browser. Just make sure that you have internet access so it goes into the page. So this is from Microsoft as well. We can download it for free from here when you click that, and then just wait for it to download. And then once it's downloaded, we can run the application file. So in some cases, that if you don't have internet access on the computer, you can actually skip this part. You don't have to install the Management Studio if you don't need right now. So you can just install the software and close the window. So okay, so I'm just gonna open the file folder so I can run the setup. I can close this window for now. Alright, so here you just click install, and that should start the installation for the Management Studio. Just wait for it to finish. Okay, once it's done, you can see the setup completed window. Just click close. As I mentioned earlier, you don't need to install the management tools if you don't have internet access on the computer. You can skip to this part and continue on this part. So once you're done with that SQL management and SQL server, you just close this window, and the Watchnet access should resume its installation. Okay, so here the software is going to require a WinPCAP. Just go ahead and click the next button to install. Click the I agree, and then install, and finish. Alright, so some instance, if it's a brand new computer, they might not have a C++ installed yet, so the software requires that, and it's going to install it as well. So just go ahead and click the I agree button, and then click install, click close when done, and the software should continue to install. There we go. So when it's done, you'll see this window. Just click finish, and you should see it on the desktop. Now for the first install, you will see an error message saying that the database is not linked properly. So we're gonna go ahead and run it so you can see it. Okay, here an error happened while attempting to link the database. Would you like to try again? So just click yes. Here we're going to use MS SQL because that's what we installed, and then click next. Here just leave it default as 11.0, and then click next. And then in here you have to select the server name. You have to put the mix modes setting, which is the SA and the password for it, and then you just select the database. So I'm gonna go ahead and click the server name first to see if it's gonna show up. And in some cases, if it doesn't show up here, what you could do is you can go into the server name or computer information. So for example, I'm gonna go into about your PC. That will give me the computer name. You can copy that and then put SQL Express. So for now, we're gonna select this because it shows up here. So this is the server name that it should show up, or this is the one that you'll have to enter. So that's the server name and then the SQL Express. Here we're gonna select the specific username and password. So we're gonna put SA and then the password that we created using the during the installation. And then next is to click the database name. So when you click this, the database should show up there. You can just select the database name, and then after that you can click test connection, and then you should see this message saying it's connection tested successfully. Just click OK, and then click the OK button again. Okay, so you should see this message saying that it's just a standard version. If you're not gonna install more than an 8-door, then you don't need a license. If you require more than an 8-door controller or more than 8 doors on the site, then that's the time that you're gonna need a license. So for now, just click OK to continue, and then the default password will be Watchnet, and the default username will always be administrator. Okay, you can click save password, so you don't have to enter every time you open the software, or auto run, and then you can click login. And there you go. The software is now installed. You can add your controller. You can check out our other videos on how to add controllers and do the other settings. Okay, thank you for watching, and goodbye.